Hey guys, welcome. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail. Today we'll be reacting to the new Supergirl movie. Just came out like a few weeks ago, and unfortunately it flopped, which is sad because I actually wanted this movie to do fantastic. I actually want the DC universe to, get their shit together. And I thought after the Superman movie, which was fantastic, I actually wanted this movie, the subsequent DC film, to, carry that weight and pass the finish line, but unfortunately it didn't. I've seen some reviews online, I've read some reviews, I've watched some commentary, and unfortunately the reaction is that the movie is mundane at best and a total bomb at worst. But that being said, I'm still going to give it a fair try. Who knows, maybe I might end up enjoying it. At the end of the day, it's a Supergirl movie. It's not that serious. Let's just enjoy this and let's see how it goes. What? He clearly has a favorite, and that's Supergirl. Why am I getting Guardians of the Galaxy vibes? Not just because of the whole space thing, but the color grading and everything. It's giving me Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. Just the first 30 seconds already. You know how they say pets always resemble their owners? This time around, it's not so much in appearance, but in character, I think. They both deserve each other, is what I'm saying. You see what I mean when I say it reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm thinking they're some kind of bounty hunter or something. Who the fuck eats spy like that? I get it, you're trying to be scary, but who the hell eats spy like that?
Handcrafted weapons forged from the strongest steel that you or your brigand army will ever lay your filthy eyes on.
Why call the guy who's probably gonna kill you filthy? Let's not piss him off even further. What the fuck was that? Seriously, what the fuck was that? What was his objective? What was he trying to achieve? The guy, grown-ass man playing peekaboo. I'm sorry, but that was extremely stupid. What even was the point of that? How are you completely unaware of the situation going on in the other room? I know what this is leading up to. This is leading up to the classic bar fight scene. The obligatory bar fight scene in literally every movie, TV show ever.
I will need a skill tracker who can help me locate this monster before he escapes.
This is not the place, little girl.
For you, my family sword.
So that got their attention. Her father is obviously some skilled bladesmith, blacksmith. But why would you walk into a bar like this and expect not to be met with hostility? That's exactly what I expect to happen. I mean, the little girl was asking for it. Who walks into a bar full of all sorts of shitheads and expect to get actual genuine help? That doesn't make any sense. She was asking for it. Read the room. I still don't know if she has her powers here. I guess not. So it's going to come down to pure skill in order to beat this guy, right? Like that. For someone who's been intoxicated the entire night, she handled herself pretty well. I bet that sword has some innate magical powers, something like Excalibur or something. That would be necessary for the third act, I believe. So, okay, so all she does is drink, get hammered all day, every day. No sense of direction or purpose. Are we going to get an actual cameo from him, or is it just like an actual one-on-one interaction, like same scene, same, face to face, not just this whole recorded cam stuff?
I am Ruthie Marinol of the Dynastia clan, and I come here to seek revenge.
Yeah, some guy named Cream.
She's annoying. I'm burdened with glorious purpose. She has that low-key energy, relentless, a bit delusional, but well-meaning. Who pees with the doors open? The thing is, these guys are meant to be scary, but for some reason, I can't take them seriously. I don't know if it's the stupid, I don't know, tattoos they have on their face. It looks stupid. That is a no-no. That is a no-no. Now you have to die. Who does that? Also, they can just walk into a ship and just hijack it, and I would expect the ship would have some, I don't know, security or something.
How long does he have?
3 moon razors.
So we have to find the antidote in 3 days, make it back, and hopefully that works. Can you sober enough? Can you get sober? All I know is you have to do something about your dog. Something has to be done. More so that Star-Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy wannabe, he's gonna get his. sooner or later. Is this how they met? They met at a funeral? You know, he's not the mannered, well-mannered dog ever, but he's a cute boy. He's a good boy. The practical costumes are fine and all, but it reminds me of every early 90s, 2000s, what? Space movie ever. Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it.
Excuse me, can you move over so I can sit next to my friend?
No, you don't do that. At least she acts nicely, but you don't do that. I'm already seated down. I'm not moving. Once I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Oh, she actually gave the watch up. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, it's just a watch at the end of the day. We have more important things to get to.
Let go.
The sword, however. You shouldn't have done that. They'll come back for you. You shouldn't have done that. Okay, so we didn't really get our bar fight. That's all well and good, but a boss fight, spaceship type thing, that's equally fantastic. You know, I think the problem is a lot of people going into watching this movie, they were expecting something serious. But this is like a coming of age movie. It's not supposed to be that serious. It's not supposed to be super serious. This isn't Zack Snyder. It's not a Zack Snyder movie. It's meant to be comedic. Whether you think the jokes are funny or not, that's another topic for another day. But I'm saying, I think the perception people had going into this is that they were expecting something more serious. But that's obviously not what this movie was meant to be. And once you just disregard all that, you can actually enjoy this. I'm actually enjoying this. It's not that bad as people were saying.
Oh.
I mean, I told you that was stupid. Good thing you can survive in space, I think. Kryptonians can survive in space, right? I guess not. How serendipitous. How convenient. You know what I mean? I mean, that was pretty reckless. That's her character. She is reckless. But if it wasn't for the sun coming up, that would have been it. The movie is over, done. So what you're telling me is that the Kryptonians, they need the sun to travel through space. I thought they could do that regardless. I thought the whole point of the sun was just to recharge and boost up. Because she wasn't doing all this when the sun wasn't. I mean, she was pretty much dead. That isn't different from eating a hot dog. If half the people eat that slob know as in what goes into making a hot dog, I'm sure they wouldn't even care. I'm sure they wouldn't care. But that isn't different.
No idea, but I bet those Schoenaerts that you tied up on my bus probably do.
See?
I know that
That is
voice.
an idea.
Why can't I remember? Fuck. He's in everything these days. He's literally in everything. Invincible, the boys.
Girls to help them continue their all-male race.
Okay, that just went from bad to worse.
Are you considerably younger than he is? How come he's a man? I mean, you're...
These are important questions. Important expository questions. Also, why is this alien planet playing jazz? Not jazz, blues. Seems so out of place. Also, this is the plot of literally every Star Wars movie ever. I don't think your guns are going to do much to someone who can literally just snap an arm in two. So do we get our official bar fight? You mean the bar fight?
Okay, let's go.
There we go. Oh, boo, off screen. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, I didn't know that you spoke the common tongue.
Why is English considered the common tongue? Why? What's so common about it? Is that the man himself? Is that who I think it is?
Shit. It's Lobo.
I couldn't think of a better fucking cast than Jason Momoa to play Lobo. Literally the perfect cast. A-list casted. Okay, so if he's looking for the same guy, he can just tag along, I think. Doesn't seem like a guy you want to tag along with, though.
Are you calling me a liar?
No.
Well, I am.
Such a fun character, man. The thing is, I would much rather watch a Lobo movie, like an actual, real Lobo movie than Batman or Superman. I actually think that would be much more interesting. I'm not being ironic. Who do you think would win? Who do you think would win in a fight between Lobo and Ghost Rider? Because they basically have the same shtick, right? They are both bounty hunters. I'll give it to Lobo. This guy is basically indestructible.
When will Belmar be here with your friend?
So,
It's a trap. I think it's a trap. It's definitely a trap. I mean, I disagree with that. If anyone has gone through anything, it's Superman. Your planet literally got blown up. You're an alien in an alien world. Sure, you grew up with them, but you are basically different fundamentally, and you have to grow up with that fact. I think if anyone understands what it feels like having the weight of the world on your shoulders, is Superman. That's literally what Superman is. Have you actually gotten this perspective before? Whenever they do this Krypton dying stuff, it's always focused on Superman as a child and his parents, right? But we never actually see other perspectives. It's pretty nice. It's a nice take on it. I don't think the Kryptonians are good guys. That goes back to the whole thing about in Superman, they sent Superman to Earth to rule over and dominate. And now they're saying basically the same thing. They want to send Kara to another planet to basically be a god. It's an interesting perspective, you know. Kryptonite. Yep. Interesting. So that was a mother's funeral. This just reminds me of the great play, well, from Invincible, that wiped off, what, 90% of the planet. You see, that's what I meant, because I knew that watch probably meant a lot to her, so it was kind of surprising that she gave it away so easily. I was expecting more of a fight. If that was her official backstory, I would say, though, it is much, much, much more tragic seeing the events happen. You know, the difference is that Superman was a child when it happened, so he didn't actually experience it, but Kara, on the other hand, actually did, so it's much more impactful in that way and much more tragic. So I can understand her character more in terms of her personality and motivations and all that.
Where's your friend?
They come now.
I don't trust these guys, by the way. She's obviously acting very weird.
The pictures.
Why would you drink that? Why? That was the most obvious poison drink ever in the history of poison drinks. How am I supposed to take this guy seriously with that stupid shit all over his face? The most uninspiring villain ever. They're so comically evil, I can't take them seriously. The VFX on the fly is a bit here and there. There's a lack of, should I say, momentum. It's a bit off. I was wondering when he would show up. Lobo just wants his bounty. He doesn't care about the situation at hand. Maybe now he does. Are we going to get an obligatory team up between Supergirl and Lobo? Also, this is like the fourth fight scene in the entire, in like less than an hour of runtime. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. The sliding crotch technique. I feel like you shouldn't be floating in the middle of the town. That makes you an easy target. She's getting on my nerves. She's annoying. What was she going to accomplish? What was the plan? I should feel bad for them, or at least the child, but for some reason I don't. I mean, it's not their fault. They had to do what they had to do, but...
Then why didn't you go find whatever dimensional portal he just passed through all by yourself?
Jesus Christ, this girl is annoying. If you want to freak out, then go freak out somewhere else. How long has it been since we started this journey? Because you had 3 days. Hopping around planets is kind of hard to keep track of time. Is that the kryptonite? So how the hell are you going to survive a kryptonite sun? You can't. It's a trap. Okay, so we do get an actual one-on-one on screen. That dog has never liked him. Why doesn't the dog like him?
You can't understand a word that I'm saying right now.
Why was she no Kansas? What the fuck are you talking about? Alright, I was gonna say I love Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill's Superman. But when I picture Superman, this is what I picture. Nice, friendly guy, colorful guy, not brooding. That is, let's leave that for Batman. This is what Superman is meant to be. Just your nice, friendly guy. I think that's one of the strengths that they've played into with this entire reboot. Superman is supposed to be friendly, jovial, most of the time anyways.
And I found this.
Just a stupid suit, Ruthie. It doesn't do anything.
It's not about the suit, man. It's not to sound corny, but it's the symbolism behind the suit. Hope.
So thank you for taking me with you.
I mean, she didn't take you with her. You kind of tagged along, But I understand where you're coming from. That would be a jump scare and a half if I didn't see that coming. They captured Lobo. How is that even possible? Or did he allow himself to get captured? I still can't believe they actually captured Lobo. He's one of the more powerful characters in all of the DC universe. Getting captured by a bunch of ragtag wannabe Guardians of the Galaxy. She's got balls, I'll give her that. She's stupid, but she's got balls. It's not like I'm rooting for the bad guys, but how are you going to snatch defeat in the face of victory?
That's very impressive. Little shit.
Not once has he said main man. I guess little shit is the catchphrase they are going with in this movie. Not once. That is his entire thing. Lobo, the main man. I'm just waiting for him to say it. Also, she's going to die of thirst before she dies of the radiation. And how long does the sun stay up on this planet? Alright, there we go. Right on cue.
I know it's pretty colorful, but that's just so everyone knows we're good.
That goes back to my point. Superman is meant to be colorful. He's meant to inspire hope. That is the proper adaptation of what Superman should be. Not that dark and brooding, what Zack Snyder was going for. It's the literal opposite of what Superman is. That is a superhero shot right there. That is what I've been waiting for. That is it right there. Imagine if Batman had all this kryptonite. Imagine if Batman had all these disposable kryptonites. He'll be unstoppable.
I don't like to see you suffer.
I still cannot take this guy seriously. The costume design sucks. All of them, actually. His entire crew.
Gotcha, bastards.
So that was his bounty all along. He finally gets his bounty. You see what I mean? This is Lobo. So how did he get captured so easily? So it doesn't make any sense, plot-wise. The Lobo I know would never get captured. God, I would love to see a one-on-one, a 1v1, I should say, between Ghost Rider and Lobo. My money is still on Lobo. I know Death Battle did an episode between the both of them, and I think they gave it to Ghost Rider, but I genuinely believe Lobo is that powerful. I'm supposed to be excited because this is like the climax, but there's something off about the VFX. The entire VFX seems a bit... It's too green screen. The way everything has been comped, the entire scenes feel a bit off. I think that's probably the biggest tell that this movie was meant to be. Now that I think of it, this whole movie is Star Wars, Mad Max, and Guardians of the Galaxy all mixed in one. I guess you can say the Guardians of the Galaxy took a lot from Star Wars, but it definitely has that Mad Max inspiration. Great sequence, great sequence. Poor choice of song. Poor choice of song. Also, this is all well and good, but we need to get that antidote. How many days do you have left? 1. Why would they choose this song for this sequence? So underwhelming.
But if you kill him, it won't take your pain away.
I mean, you can still kill him and carry the pain. It's a win-win. I hate it when they do this in movies. You can still kill the bad guy and still... Just because he killed one bad guy doesn't mean you're bad. You just killed the bad guy who deserved it. I think she's going to kill him, right? She has to.
Left worth saving when I...
Yeah, there you go.
That's for my dog.
You know what would have been better is if her dog was actually the one to deliver the final blow. Go to town on him. Okay, so that's a big character step, right? Because Superman would never in a million years kill anyone no matter what. And that's the problem I have with Superman. Alright, finally the antidote. Like I said, not the best mannered dog. See? Definitely a good boy. Is she heading back to Earth? Also, where was your aunt this entire time that you were missing, going about trying to kill? You know, the movie is almost so. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I actually didn't think we'll get this much Superman and both of them together. I'm actually it's a nice surprise.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay a while this time.
Stay here?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Crypto, come on, man.
He does that on purpose. He definitely does that on purpose. He doesn't like Superman for some reason. Do we get any post-credit scenes? Let me see. Let's see. So no post-credit scenes. All right. God, I do wish this movie did well, and I feel like the problem a lot of people had going into this is they were expecting something more serious. Okay, but the question is, what is it that Superman had that this movie, Supergirl, doesn't have? It wasn't directed by the man himself, right? I feel like this is an in-between movie, but I do wish this movie did well, just for the whole DC universe going forward. So the fact that this bombed, I don't know where that leaves the DC universe as a whole. It's interesting going forward with the new Lanterns series going forward. A lot of people are complaining about that, which I don't think is fair. How are you going to complain about a series that hasn't even premiered yet, just based on trailers alone? This movie is not as bad as people make it out to be. Yeah, I said it is. It is not as bad as people make it out to be. I was expecting something much worse from the reviews and comments I've seen online, which is the thing about, it's like an echo chamber. I'm not saying it's an essentially good movie, but I'm saying it's not nearly as bad. I wouldn't even say it's a bad movie. It's just there. I think that's the biggest problem. People are expecting something the likes of Endgame. But before you had Endgame, before you had Infinity War and all these other, they were established movies, and that's the problem with DC. They haven't established themselves yet. So I feel like this movie, however, could have done a lot more with the time it had, the budget it had. It could have done a lot more with the pacing and a better story overall. But generally speaking, this is not a bad movie. I think this was decent for what it is. So I was is a pleasant surprise. But I guess my standards are not as high as some. But that's about it. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to rate it, but I don't like rating movies. I like just enjoying it. I feel like rating movies takes away from the entire experience. But I would say this is it's an okay movie. It is an okay movie. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you all on the next one.